Few days ago, TAO was listed on Upbit. Price expanded to $217 and retail sentiment immediately flipped bullish, buying around 190, 180. If you FOMO in right now, you're likely becoming exit liquidity. But if you ignore this coin, you're missing out, because TAO has entered a supply tightening regime. We are in a weird window, where the fundamentals say moon, the macro charts say crash. So I'm going to break down the mechanics that you might have missed and then give you 3 specific scenarios for entering TAO without chasing the pump. Let's dive in. First, let's look at the math. In December 2025, the TAO halving happened. Daily issuance got cut in half, from roughly 7,200 coins to 3,600. At today's price of roughly 190, that means only $684,000 of new supply hits the market every day. That is the entire sell pressure budget for the network. Think about that. In crypto, such a number is nothing. A single mid-sized whale can eat that for breakfast. This means even a few $1,000,000 of new buying showing up can wipe out weeks of supply instantly. So, the order books are thin. The supply shock is real. But why buy TAO? Because Bitensor isn't just an AI coin. It's a decentralized intelligence. Actually, people call it the Bitcoin of AI. Bitcoin is decentralized money. Bitensor is decentralized intelligence. It's not a company, not one model, it's a whole market. And because institutions know this, Grayscale's GTAO product is already quoted over the counter. And their S1 filing reveals that they intend to list shares on NYSE Arca. This moves TAO from risky crypto exchange to Grandma's pension fund. But there is a catch the S1 reveals. The trust isn't allowed to stake. It's a pure exposure product. That means millions of TAO locked in vaults, never earning yield, effectively removed from circulation forever. So, do we buy now? Well, not exactly. TAO lives in a market controlled by Bitcoin, and right now, Bitcoin is looking sick. Bitcoin is trading in the mid-60s in a confirmed downtrend. The next reliable support is all the way down around $53,000 to $57,000. And since TAO is a high beta asset, it moves roughly twice as fast as Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin sneezes, TAO gets the flu. Then let's take a look at Bitcoin first. We are currently observing a confirmed downtrend for Bitcoin, with price action sitting between the 50 and the 61 FIBO levels. Based on this structure, we are monitoring 3 key scenarios. First, Bitcoin holds the 61 FIBO level, maintaining the 53 to 57,000 zone. Second is structural reset. So, Bitcoin makes a deeper correction to the hard technical floor targeting $42,000 to $45,000. Third, which I talked about in my last video, is a capitulation week down to 37 or 38,000, which would mark a generational bottom. Watch these levels closely to determine which scenario plays out. Now let's look at TAO. First, looking at the daily structure, we are in a clear and dominant downtrend since the all-time high of around $750. By anchoring the volume profile from that high to the present, we can see that price is currently trading well below the primary value area. This confirms that we are in a bearish price discovery phase. Let's analyze volume on the recent downtrend leg. We can see a classic support to resistance flip. The price attempted to rally back into this low volume node, which previously acted as support, but was sharply rejected. That zone has now solidified as a major resistance block. The price is strictly bound within this descending parallel channel. The upper boundary of this channel is acting as a strong dynamic resistance, capping every attempt at a rally. Given these factors, the rejection at resistance, and the bearish channel structure, my outlook remains negative. I expect the price to continue this trajectory and revisit the value area low of the current profile. Until we break this channel structure, the path of least resistance is down. I'm not gonna give you a prediction, but here are the 3 scenarios that I'm watching. Scenario 1, the aggressive entry. If you think Bitcoin will hold 57K, then you can nibble at TAO here at $155 to $165. But actually the hype is fading and the trend isn't your friend in this case. So I'm skipping this. Scenario 2, the smart money entry. If Bitcoin tests its major support at 45K, which is likely, TAO will shed 40%. So it's around $130 to $140. This is historically a massive structural floor for the coin. Scenario 3, the generational bottom. If we get a black swan event and Bitcoin wicks down to 38K, TAO will panic dump. So the target is anything below 110. Panic selling ignores fundamentals, of course. If you see double digits, just don't think buy it, okay? So fundamentals of TAO are stronger than ever. The supply is tiny, the institutional rails are being built, but price is dictated by liquidity, and liquidity is drying up. Don't let the green candles fool you. Be a sniper, not a target. Set your bids at $130 and let the market come to you. See you next video.